Well, good morning. Good morning, Jimmy Betsy. Thank you for joining us on this wonderful Saturday morning. We're going to go over the AI for grants and how we in three grants that has been worth tens of thousands of dollars for us. And since we are the AI gurus, no, I'm just kidding. We're not AI gurus. We just want to give some information. That's all.
So we're going to be walking through essentially how we use AI to write the grant applications, right? But not only write the grant applications, because that's just one piece of the process. We're also going to show you all live and everybody who's watching the recording how to find grants and also report for the grant using AI, which significantly cuts down on the time we used to spend having to do this. So we used to spend days and weeks writing the grant applications. Now it takes us minutes, right? Not even hours. I think depending the last grant we did, which we did probably about a week and a half ago,
Mhm.
took us 15 minutes. Now, bigger grants may take us longer, but
Yes.
the standard usually less than an hour.
We try to do at least one grant per week. We try to.
Yes. So if you haven't gotten your workbook, this is the time to do it. I think, Betsy, you downloaded the workbook and saved it to your computer. But we do want to say that every webinar we will do moving forward has a workbook, a pretty lengthy one that accompanies it, but it's something for you to refer back to that will give you a step-by-step guide as well as the prompts that you can use to get the work done, right? Because AI will give you what you put into it. If you have a great prompt, it will give you a great result. If you have a janky prompt,
It's not.
it's going to give you a janky result. So we want to make sure that you're prompting the AI tool to get the best result possible, which again cuts down on the time you will take to do projects. Now, I will say this, right? Because I showed Rob something that I don't know if you all are aware of, but ChatGPT, because Betsy, I know that you have ChatGPT now after our last conversation, will, if you have it on your phone, right? And I just want to demonstrate it really quickly because it's so cool. I hope y'all don't mind me deviating from it. The regularly scheduled program, but you can use the advanced audio function, Betsy, on ChatGPT on your phone, and then you don't even have to type anymore. You can just talk
Mhm.
to it. And so a lot of people find it a little bit more useful, and especially men that don't really type that much, find that they like to use the audio version. So do y'all mind if we demonstrate it real quick?
I'd love it. Love it.
Okay. So I am going to just say, hey, and we call ChatGPT Charlie. So I'm gonna say, hey Charlie, can you just demonstrate your audio capabilities? Okay, because we're on a AI for Grants webinar. Hi Charlie.
Hey, Toya. Great to hear from you. What's on your mind today?
So we are in the middle of a webinar, AI for Grants, and we are here with two of our favorite people, Jim and Betsy, showing them how ChatGPT can be used to write grants, but also to find it. Can you give us three strategies or three ways that ChatGPT can help people find and write grants?
Absolutely. And hello to Jim and Betsy as well. So, three ways that ChatGPT can really pitch in on the whole grant front. First off, it can help you discover grants by basically acting like a smart research assistant. You can ask it to look for grant opportunities that match your niche or industry, and it can guide you on where to find them. Uh, once you've got a grant in mind, ChatGPT can help you break down the RFP or the request for proposal so you understand exactly what they're asking for. That means you can outline your application and your budget in a way that's going to hit all the right notes. And finally, it's great at helping you craft the actual grant narrative. You can feed it your key points and it'll help you turn that into a compelling story that fits the requirements and sounds really polished. So those are three big ways to use it. Hopefully that gives you all a good start.
Perfect. And Rob is here too. And you know, Rob always has two things that every grant has to have.
Three things, Charlie. Three things: the data, the benefits, and the outcomes. For what I do know this, I'm not, telling anyone that if you always put these three things in, you will always win the grant. But I am telling you, if you don't put these three things in, you will never win the grant.
Absolutely, Rob. That's a golden rule right there. So, yeah, Jim and Betsy, you just got the inside scoop. As Rob says, if you get your data lined up, you can show exactly why the grant matters. If you highlight the benefits, you're showing what the grant will achieve. And if you outline the outcomes, you're basically giving them the picture of success. So, you heard it from Rob. Those three things. Thanks for chiming in, Rob.
Thank you. We'll talk to you later.
You're so welcome. Always happy to help out, and I'll be here whenever you need me. Talk to you later, Toya.
There you go. So, what do y'all think? Did y'all know that it could do that?
No.
So, oh, go ahead, Jim.
I can see how you can use this what we're going to learn here is nice. Grants are, people think that they're only available for nonprofits, which is not true. Now,
That's right. That's right. That's right.
For every for-profit, there's probably 5,000 nonprofits available, but that's irrelevant if you're for-profit. Going through a toy box and you're looking for your BB gun, you don't care if the G.I. Joe doll is in there or the American doll. You're not looking for no's, you're looking for yeses. So
that's right.
Dig through, like he said, he can help you find the yeses relative to your need. And that's, a basis to start from. The other thing you can also use this for is even if you're putting together a situation where you want to get a neighborhood to raise funds for anything, you can basically approach it like a grant. And the three things that you said, Lamont, that are necessary to actually get people to understand what you're saying in a way they understand it applies to that as well. So it's not just getting a grant unless you use a grant as a broader term, meaning anything you want granted to you.
Yes, indeed.
So how do you set up the audio, the advanced audio?
So first of all, if you all have iPhones, correct?
Yes.
So you would need to go to the iTunes store, right? The Play Store where you download apps to your phone,
Right.
and go grab the ChatGPT app, download it to your phone, and then log in to the app on your phone, and it's already there. It is, if you look at my screen, the way you have it set up is when you, I don't see
it.
Yeah.
I don't know if they can see that.
Can you see that?
I mean, I've got the app and I've opened the app,
Okay.
but I don't see.
Okay.
Okay.
So then when you open the app, be a box, it's a gray box that says ask anything.
Yep. Yes.
Do you see to the right that it's a microphone?
Yes.
Okay, that's what you need to click, the microphone, to talk to it.
Oh, okay. So I've talked to it before, but I've never had it introduce myself.
Yes. So if you go into settings, right?
Settings in ChatGPT.
Settings on ChatGPT. So you're gonna go into the app, the two lines in the upper left-hand corner, and you should see a history of all your chats. But then at the bottom, it should be your picture or your name.
Evidently, I already hit it because what my screen now says, say hello to advanced voice mode.
There you go.
Okay. So I just followed.
Yep. So then all you have to do is hit the microphone and start talking.
And let
And
that,
the more
that'll
you
be
use,
my voice.
right, and the more you use it, like giving it a name, introducing yourself, saying, please, call me Betsy, and it will remember those things.
Okay, cool.
So the one thing that I always like to do as well that will help you shortcut um, some of the grant application process, to bring it back to the topic for today, is tell it about your business, right? So tell it all about the artworks. What do you all do? How do you serve the community? um, all of your streams of revenue, what the benefits and the outcomes of people that, work or partner with you all are. You can even feed it some of your interviews and media coverage, and it will take all of that information and store it. So then when you're ready to apply for a grant, it will reference that information and shortcut the process because it already knows a lot about your organization, and it will frame it in such a way that fits the grant.
I mean, there are tons and tons of art grants out there. I mean, of course, we're not looking for the art grants because that's not our business. But when I when we look for grants, I mean, you can see how many different grants there are for all arts and literature and all that stuff. So it's so many.
Um, I was going to tell you all as well because we worked with an organization that is for Black creatives in Pittsburgh, right? And they look for grants to partner with other art galleries in other states to showcase their artists. So there are even opportunities like that. And what we're starting to find is companies are looking for ways to support organizations as well. So they may not have a formal grant, but you can also ask companies to sponsor different art shows and exhibits and pieces that way. So we were helping them with that as well. And we found Abacus, a new AI tool that we will introduce shortly, very helpful in that regard.
Yep.
So to kick off our slide deck, as you can see on screen, I think we would all agree the grant struggle is real. It can be very time consuming when you apply to grants in the traditional way. So usually there's a 3-step process. There's finding the grants, they're applying for grants, and there's tracking the results, right? And then if you get the grant, it is the budget and reporting that goes along with that. So the first step that we want to do is talk about how you do the research to find the grants. Now, a couple of things. You can use ChatGPT because they have a web search component as well, but there are 2 other AI tools that we like just as well, if not better, that we will introduce you today. So we're going to stop sharing for just a second, and we're going to talk about Abacus AI, and then I'm going to let Rob take over because he uses Abacus, who we call Anthony, all the time. And this comes from a man who said that using AI was cheating. I have to remind him of that all the time.
I did.
Well, then let's cheat.
Hey, I told Betsy,
It's
I
semantic.
told Betsy last week, hey, Bill Belichick said, hey, if you're not trying to cheat, you're not trying to win.
Too funny. Okay. So Abacus AI, just so you all know, costs $10 a month. Well worth the $10. But the other part of that is, and you should be seeing my screen now, it comes with a tool called Deep Agent. And Deep Agent, when we tell you all, it will create whole websites. It can create AI apps, or I should say just regular web apps for you, landing pages in seconds, not minutes. And that's an additional $10 a month, but
It's well, I mean,
it's well worth it.
it's well worth the $20 a month. I mean, because Deep Agent, it does exactly what it says. I mean, it's diving deep, getting all the information off the internet, and it just makes it so much easier for you to search for the grants that are that are privy to you and to your business.
But I will say this, because we didn't lead with the part that is the amazing part of it. All of these AI tools, some of them are free and some of them cost, but if you wanted to subscribe to all of them, right, you're going to be paying a pretty penny because those $20 will add up. But the Abacus does that the other AI tools don't is that you can see when you log in like we are and you start to look at what tool you want to use, they have ChatGPT in Abacus, right? So you get access to ChatGPT, Claude, Google Gemini.
I mean, look at all those tools that you get, all those different LLMs, and LLM is just large language model. Look at all of those you get for the $10 or the $20 a month. I mean, I think that pays for itself. You can use all of those.
So they have 30 LLMs built into it. So if you like ChatGPT,
You can use it.
You can use ChatGPT exclusively in here because see, every ChatGPT model is already built in. But if you want to, let's say, use Google Gemini, because we like Google Gemini as well, you can use that in here as well and change it whenever you want to. So,
I mean, just think of all those that you're seeing, all 31 of them, they're in one app. Just think if you're paying $20, times 31, that can become costly.
so we're going to drop the link to Abacus in the chat at the end in case you all want to check it out. But let's just say we want to start looking for apps or grant applications, right? See what's out there. Y'all ready to give it a spin?
Sure.
So I'm going to say act as our professional grant writer with a focus on the art. Show us all the grants that we may qualify for,
And
right?
that are available in North Carolina. And it's so much easier if you give it specific directions to your state. I mean, of course, if there are grants in other states that you can win as well, of course you want to do that. But when you're starting out, use your own area. That just makes it a little bit easier for you.
So you see the last part, I guess it would help if I could spell. And of course it's correcting my language, so you don't have to worry about that. But the last part that I added to the prompt is that I gave it a specific time range or time frame because I don't want it to pull any grants with application due dates that are already passed. So you have to be specific in terms of asking it.
Right.
Now, at this point here, because of who we are, would we say for the for-profit area versus nonprofit?
Yeah,
You could say that as well.
Yep.
We like for it to show all of the grants that we qualify for first, and then do a secondary prompt to say, now only show us the ones that we have an excellent chance of winning, right? So we kind of
because
want
we are
to,
for profit.
right? We want to do a macro approach and then funnel it down. And the reason why you would use Google Gemini is because of the gives you a better result than using ChatGPT, but you could certainly use ChatGPT.
And what do we got?
So you see here, they're pulling the first North Carolina Arts Council grants, right? So it opens, well, it says it will open January 6, 2025. So it's actually not adhering to our date.
It's within the range though.
No, it's not.
No, it's before the range.
Oh,
So you see this one
Is in the range.
is in the range.
And again,
This one is in the range. No, it's not. It's that is past. So sometimes you have to do a little bit of tweaking with it. So we're gonna go to ChatGPT 5 and see if we get a better result. And what I like to do here is literally just copy and paste. You don't have to change it back.
and now let's see what it gives us. Like, AI is truly our friend, but just like anything, it has its ups and downs as well. So you just gotta the important part is when you're putting the information into the prompt, you just have to give it the best, the best information to get the
right.
best results. That's huge.
And then what we just saw just tweaks us to further refine that
Yeah.
input.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right church, wrong pew.
Exactly. Exactly.
And you see, I just added another
There we are.
sentence, which is make sure you don't show us any grants that have application deadlines which have passed.
And
Okay.
and Anthony, that's what I call Abacus AI. He might say, because sometimes it apologizes for what it gives you back. It's crazy.
Very personable.
Yeah.
And you see now it's saying it's specifying it's between November 2025 and March 2026.
Okay.
So this is definitely a better result. And you can see that in this case, ChatGPT did a better job
Yep.
than Google Gemini. So it does take a little bit of research to find out, number one, which AI tool is going to give you the best result. But in Abacus, you can quickly switch, right, from tool to tool. So you can see Durham Arts Council, right, has a deadline of January 2026, $1,500. Asheville has one.
There's South Arts.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna give you a follow-up question. Would you like, and that's asking identify county or regions to pinpoint live calls, set up a watch list and a calendar with quick apply kits, which is what we do, just because there are a lot of smaller grants that we can quickly in 15 to 20 minutes apply to. The other thing for you all is because you have artists, right, who are renting gallery space from you all on a monthly basis, this may be a good bonus or add-on that you can send out in your newsletter for them to apply on or apply to as well. So they might appreciate that as just an aside, right? So let's look and say, we want to open it up to art grants for the Southeast. and we'll say with the same time frame. Now we're going to do it a little bit differently. We want it to show us the grant opportunity, the award amount, the application due date, and the link to the website in a table, right? That way.
And this result should be even much better than the ones above because she really broke it down by saying, I want the award amount. If you guys looked up there, it was
She's
only
being more
one.
specific.
It was only one that actually gave the award amount. Now she's trying to ensure that each one gives the award amount, the due date, and the link to the website. So, if you keep refining it, you will get better results, hopefully.
Again, it's research we're doing.
Yes, indeed.
Exactly.
Yes, indeed.
And then refining it each time when it,
Mm.
I love how it prompts you with those questions.
And
Man, I love
much
it.
better. Much better.
Oh, oh yeah.
Much, much better.
Yeah. I'm gonna boil it right down to like coming into a funnel. Comes right down to this little dot where it comes out, it says, all the grants for people that love Artie Bug.
That's hey, that's exactly what you want.
Forget about it.
Yes, sir.
I mean, and this is, you can see now, even when you start asking or prompting it for more information, the one thing that I like about the latest update in ChatGPT is it gives you follow-up questions, right? So now, as you all can see, it's asking, hey, do we want a version of this chart to only include grants for individual artists versus organizations? Do you want specific states in the Southeast and the discipline, and then only grants of $5,000 plus? So you can funnel this table, right? This research as far down as you want to. But if we say, yes, please.
And now, why don't you put in the prompt, yes, please. But now, can you make sure that you give us the grants that are organizations
Okay, can you?
with the award amount and all that, the due date and all that? And she's writing across the United States and not just focusing on the Southeastern, because as you said earlier, Jim, of course, there's more grants for nonprofits than there are for-profits. So now we just widen the search.
Right.
Now, do you all have a nonprofit?
No, not yet. We're in the process of building or getting a nonprofit right now. So we use a fiscal agent. So for grants that require nonprofits, we just use a fiscal agent.
Oh, okay.
That, that already have their 501c3.
And you can see I didn't ask for a table, but
Look at
these
all of
grants.
look at all of those for-profits. Look, I mean, that's a lot.
We need to jump on those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's a lot, guys. That's a lot.
I got my
That's why I
five,
wanted you.
I got my 5 paper out right now. I'm gonna stick to it, baby.
Indeed, indeed.
And so now it's saying, okay, can you Do you want us to scan nationwide now, produce a clean table with links and confirmed eligibility, and focus on states where you apply? So we could keep going, and once we get a table that we can work with, we can have Abacus AI go out on a weekly basis and search for these grants and update that table every single time, right? So this is, and you can find these prompts in the workbook as well at the end. So I'm gonna say this would be great for you to do.
Yes, absolutely.
But let's say you are beginners, right? So you want to know, tell me how to create a table that you will update every, we'll say Friday, with new grant opportunities that fit our criteria. Because you don't want to have to do this every week
Right.
or once a month
Right.
and miss opportunities.
You can set that up.
And while it's running, do you remember? So Rob for STEM opportunities used to go out every few days and look for new like grants and charter schools that were getting STEM funds.
Hey, Jim and Betsy, I was doing all the research. I mean, actually looking myself, putting this in the search, putting that in the search. And I'm like, my goodness, trying to look for all these grants. Well, then we found out that if I just connect my email to Abacus AI or to ChatGPT and give it permission to send emails to me, giving me all the areas, all the different grants, and the deadlines, and they send that to me automatically every Monday morning. So every Monday morning in my email inbox, I get a email, from just anything that has to do with STEM across the country, any grants that we would probably qualify for. I mean, it was just such a huge help for me to get that.
Yeah.
So now you can see it is basically going through and showing how we can set up a living, quote, for-profit grants tracker that will only search for grants that are $5,000 or more. So you can see it's telling us how to do it and what columns to include. But now, right, this is nice. But now we want it to create.
Right.
So we'll say this looks good. Create it, and you can see you can create it in whatever platform you want. It doesn't, if you're not a Google Sheets person, you rather have it in Microsoft Excel, it will do that as well. Can you create the tracker in Google Sheets now?
So I want to quickly just tell you this. After we had that class, I ran into the husband of the lady who cleans for us here, but I mean, I've known her like 10 years. And he was talking to me about just out of the blue, ChatGPT. Well, he manages a restaurant. Well, he puts his stuff in ChatGPT and it creates his Excel spreadsheets.
And I bet that saves him a heck of a lot of time.
That's what he said. But in addition to that, they are both Hispanic, and she speaks perfect English, but he hasn't spoke as well. And then he said, and then I said to ChatGPT, will you help me speak English better? And they said, absolutely. So even in a couple of days, I could tell a difference in his voice. It was crazy.
The fact that it can do so many things, right? It's only limited by your imagination. But I always say, if you have a problem or you're looking for something, uh, at least consult, right? An AI tool. One of the things that I think Rob did not believe in until I showed it to him is we want to start a podcast. Basically, I've been trying to start a podcast for forever, right?
Yeah.
So,
Hear this. Yeah.
right.
So I'm gonna go somewhere
So I used the audio version of ChatGPT to practice as like me recording a podcast, but then I asked it to act as our AI podcast host.
Oh my goodness.
Do you
What
know it questions as we were the experts on STEM, and it acted like it was hosting the podcast for us? So I told Rob, I was like, "Oh, I don't need you to be a podcast a co-host with me. I got my co-host. Don't worry about it."
It's
that?
wonderful. It's wonderful.
So I'm gonna show you all how to create, because Abacus, I don't know why it's giving me problems, but
Yeah, I don't know why it's
um, I'm going to show you in ChatGPT, especially since y'all have ChatGPT, right? What a tracker would look like and how it could do it. But before we get into that, if you click the plus sign on your ChatGPT search box, or prompt box, I should say, you'll see that now you can add files. So if there's a grant application that you've already done, you can upload it for it to reference. But one of the really great things is that it can do
research.
deep research. That means it can do an in-depth analysis of all of the grants that you may qualify for.
Mhm.
The plus plan, which is the $20 a month plan, allows you to do 25 research projects a month or a billing cycle.
I mean, it will actually tell you, this one, this one's just okay for you. This is the one that you should be doing. I just think that's so important, so you don't waste your time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Agent mode, which rolls over, allows you to do a task, and we'll show you all that in just a few minutes. But it will take over your computer as it's a person, as if it's a person, and it will go and click things and do the task for you while you watch.
I
Right?
love it.
Yes,
So
I love that part.
the wonderful thing about it is, when you travel, we were looking for plane tickets for the cruise. And so usually, unless you have a travel agent doing all the searches, right? It
You
takes you time.
a lot of time.
Now, when you use
Yeah.
agent mode, it goes out and does all the searching and can create the itinerary. And you just sit there watching and sipping your morning margarita, which, by the way, I'm gonna make me one of those.
Oh my goodness.
Um, so let's not use deep research right now, but let's just use the regular Chat GPT 5 and say create a tracker in Google Sheet
Create a tracker.
for grant opportunities in Q4 2025 through 2026 across the United States, with a focus on the arts. Okay. So it will probably ask us some follow-up questions because we're in ChatGPT 5. You see that it says thinking longer for a better answer, but I could skip that just for the sake of time. And you see it saying, before laying it out, here's what your tracker should ideally help you do. So it wants to basically tell you everything that it should include. It's giving us a proposed sheet structure.
The cool thing about this is, Jim, we will get a copy of this video. So you
Yeah.
can watch it again.
No, no doubt. No doubt.
And you see, it's giving us a timeline and a scope, right? So it's giving us sample data. So funder, opportunity, deadline, and notes. You can also copy the table and paste it somewhere.
Mhm.
Now it says, if you like, I can build you a ready-to-use Google Sheets template with this structure and seed data. You can then make a copy. Would you prefer I send you that template because it can email it to us, like Rob was talking about earlier? So I'm gonna say, go ahead and create it. We'll download it from here. And you see that it's going back and analyzing its prompt.
It's analyzing
Wow.
everything that we just put in it. Is telling us right now, hey, give me a quick second. I'm analyzing and I'm looking over everything that you want me to go look for. I mean, and look what it's doing. And it takes a fraction of the second. I mean, of the time. And just think about if you were doing all this by yourself.
It's like walking into an office and you got 15 secretaries, and each
Oh,
one specializes in just the micro thing. And as they talk, they keep funneling it to the number one person before they give you the answer.
Exactly.
yes, indeed.
So,
Uh-oh, Betsy. I got to do something
Uh-oh, what?
so you don't chat GT me out. If it gets physical, somebody's gonna get a butt whipping.
This is being
Recorded. Coming to you from WART, Artie Bug in Wilmington, North.
yes, indeed.
so you see, I don't know if you all can see it, if I need to share my screen again.
Can you guys see the and this is in Microsoft.
Oh, okay.
We don't see the Google Sheets. It just says once you upload it to Google Sheets, you can
Okay.
access. Well, it's just, oh, well, looks like there's a link. Yeah. There's a,
Yeah. Give me 1 second. I am just updating the screen a little bit, but I will pull this up real quick so you all can take a look at it. But I opened the sheet that it gave.
Can you see it now?
yes.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the
That's a perfect way to look at it.
tracker that it created, right? So you see it has the funder name, it has the opportunity or the program, it has the discipline, the deadline. So all you would have to do is set it up the way you want. It even has the link to
Mhm. Where the actual application is that you can fill out. It
right
has the amount.
and any notes, right? So interestingly enough, I love the notes section where it says requires a detailed narrative, a letter of intent, needs proof of matching funds. So you have an idea of how much time it's going to take, right? Now you have a calendar, you have other tabs if you need to track reporting, and then it gives you a dashboard. So all of those things were just created for you from a simple text prompt, and now you've done it in 20 minutes instead of like what used to take us 4 or 5 hours.
Or much longer.
Not
So
much.
one
Much
thing,
longer.
one criterion I don't think we added, but should it have been added? Some grants are only available for certain areas.
Yes. So you can add that in, and it says this here in trying to see.
Well, why don't you let's just put something in. Let's just ask them what is something that you guys would want need a grant for, you would want a grant for.
into the prompts?
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that might be a good agent task to do. So
Yeah,
if we
yeah.
click it into agent mode, we can say search the web for grants that are open to
For profit.
for-profit art galleries, art villages, artists,
Artist.
and organizations in the North Carolina area. I'll say in North Carolina,
Right.
or where location is not a requirement.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say ask us any relevant questions
Mhm.
about our organization that you need to fulfill this report. So this is a little bit different because this is agent mode, right? So it is essentially going to go and search different areas. So do you see where it says setting up my desktop?
Yeah.
So it's like it's going to start clicking through to look for things. So, and it tells you what it's doing every step of the way. So do you see it says, I found relevant search results?
Mhm.
Right.
At some point, if you want to take over, you could. You probably don't want to.
Right. Let it do its thing.
Oh, you mean you can stop the process?
Yes,
Mhm.
you can stop the process whenever you want to. You see now it's in reading mode. So it's going out searching
Mhm.
the web for grants and we're just watching it
Right.
complete the task. And you see where it says new tab?
Mhm.
So let's say um you wanted to use agent mode to go and make comments on other art galleries YouTube channels or in LinkedIn. It will do that for you.
So can you give me a bit brief description of what agent mode is compared to just an individual mode?
Yes. So agent mode, imagine imagine you having to go and open up tabs to search for grants in North Carolina or grants in South Carolina or nationwide grants, right? You would be doing all of these things yourself. Agent mode basically is taking each one of those individual tasks
Right.
over and doing them for you. Whereas the typical ChatGPT LLM, large language model, wouldn't be doing this step by step. It would go out and just pull the information automatically without showing you all of these individual tasks.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Did I explain that well enough?
Yeah.
Great.
So I like agent mode for doing stuff like creating trip itineraries, writing a group,
Mhm. Mhm.
or the letter of intent. I also like it for social media. So, it takes time to create newsletters. It takes time to make comments on LinkedIn. It takes time to upload videos to YouTube.
I mean, your social media content. It takes a lot of time.
Imagine, now, Betsy, you will appreciate this, right? Imagine having videos in your Google Drive and your YouTube channel open and telling ChatGPT agents to say, upload and schedule these 5 YouTube videos in this Google Drive folder for the next 5 weeks.
And you can schedule the time, the date, and all that. You don't have to do it. You already, you told it when to schedule it, but just imagine how much time that would save. And you know that it's going to get scheduled and you don't have to do anything else.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So now it's doing all of these things for us, right? So we can go and have lunch
Oh,
and
yeah.
come back and it's still going to be running.
Right.
Now, if you take a look at it, you see where it's live, right? It's running this.
Right.
Uh-huh.
We can click inside this box at any point, and this is what it's doing, right? So it's gone to this site. So we're like, oh, okay, well, let me go on back. But let's just say I need to step away. Are you going to continue this search? Or can you just give me what you have right now? Okay. Thank you. And so agent is really, because it's doing all of these tasks step by step, it can take some time.
But it's not your time.
Right. Right.
So you see it stops because now it's trying, so it stopped thinking, right? It's done 12 searches, 88 sources.
Stopped after 6 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
In 6 minutes, seriously, it did what would possibly take somebody all that information 6 months to a year.
Yeah, more or
And
less.
it did
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
And if you connect it to your email and Google Drive, it will update this summary or this tracker, like I said, once a week. And do you see where it says now I've compiled a summary of grants available for nonprofit art businesses, or I'm sorry, for-profit art businesses?
Yes.
Now it's giving the summary.
Okay.
And you see what it said? Look,
Yeah.
general observation, many major grant programs require nonprofit status. So it's letting us know what it found.
Mm-hmm.
South Arts programs are also limited to nonprofit applicants. For-profit galleries should focus on programs explicitly open to businesses. That's probably good to know, right? Because now maybe we start a nonprofit,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe we know we need to get a fiscal agent at this point. So it's giving us what it's found already, and it's giving us next steps. I can continue searching later for more current or nationwide programs, but for now, these are the most significant grants identified. To tailor any additional search when you return, it would be useful to know, because remember I asked it to give us questions, the exact nature of your organization.
Mm-hmm.
Which county are you based in? Whether your business has experienced a specific disaster or simply seeks general project operating support, and whether your organization qualifies for women-owned or diversity-led grants. Probably something that we would want to seed it with, right? So now we could answer those questions and put it in its memory bank so that it will know for any future searches, these are the ones that would be relevant to us.
So every time you give it more information and more information, it automatically applies that to the opportunity and further eliminates things, keep you from running down rabbit holes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Yes, indeed.
exactly. Because it has memory. right? So it remembers everything that you tell it to
Mhm.
and lets you delete it out of its memory.
That Betsy would love that for me.
And,
She
and
asked me
your,
to
and your and your memory's usually right on the left-hand side of the screen. And you could go back to any conversation that you had with it, you know, that you've ever had with it, and that's huge.
Yeah, wow.
Explain what you say you're using in order to get your grants and you're not a nonprofit. What did you call that person? A fiscal?
Fiscal agent.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about
That's
that.
someone who has their 501c3, and you can use them to apply to the nonprofits since you don't have one, yourself. So you can use their business because they are a 501c3.
Right. Okay.
So like somebody does, they want, right now, we know people, or it happens here. They have an event and they use a nonprofit, like benefits go to this nonprofit. But
Uh-huh.
you use somebody like that, you get to use the money that came from that grant that they applied for? How does
Yes,
that
I
work?
mean, the only thing that the fiscal agent is for is just allowing us to use them because they have a working 501c3. Now, what's going to happen, the money's going to go to them, but then, you're going to get the money. You know what I mean?
So they act like a bank,
Hmm.
right?
Mm.
And they disperse the funds to you. And so what happens is they typically will charge like a 1%
Hmm.
fee.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
they're getting paid to allow us to
To use their
use
business.
their 501c3.
Right. We've done that before where there was an artist basically that wanted to have a studio space and they wanted to apply for a grant to get a studio.
Uh-huh.
And then what they did was they used, well, here's another one. There's a person that had a 501c that saved dogs. You know, a
Puppy
rescue,
rescue.
puppy rescue.
Okay.
He wanted to rent the artworks as an individual and have an event, but he didn't have a 501c. So he went out and got a Save the Puppies. It's got a 501c, had his event, and then used the funds to secure the space to have his event
Okay.
as a support of the 501c. And then they paid him basically as an agent to put it all together and do it for him. And I think he got the majority of the funding for the event to allow it to happen. And then he gave them what, like I would give an artist a stipend to do something to use their 501c.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
That's exactly what it is.
So
Art to see would do the same thing.
it's really beneficial, right? Because it allows you not to have to worry about having to have a 501c3. So it opens up opportunities for you to still apply for a lot of the grants, even though you're a for-profit organization. We've just found it, I think, going forward, we just think it'll be beneficial for what we're trying to do with our sim training business
Mhm.
to have our own 501c3 and
Mhm.
partner where it makes sense for future grant opportunities if we so choose to, right? Or we could just apply on our own. So,
But
Totally.
the good thing is if you are someone who has a 501c3, in my thought, for the people who don't have the 501c3, what are they doing for you? That's giving you an extra stream of income just because they get to use your name. So you can kind of look at it that way too.
so I think we have gone down the rabbit hole on how to use ChatGPT and Abacus on finding opportunities, creating a table for those opportunities or a tracker, and then The advanced strategy is setting it up to send you that all the time. We have information about that on the workbook, but we wanted to go through how do you use AI to basically tell you whether you should even apply to it or how you should frame the discussion or the letter of intent even, because a lot of times people will get overwhelmed, and I think we did too at first, even just reading the grant application. There was a grant here that is called IAAQL, right?
Oh, goodness.
It had 2 hours worth of video
Oh my goodness.
and about 50 pages of instructions on how to apply for the grant. Well,
Mhm.
who wants to sit and sift through all that information just before you even apply?
Yeah.
There was no way that we were going to do that, especially me. She knows how I am about time and all that. I was like, oh, you got to be kidding me. Got to be kidding.
So what you can do, which I absolutely love, is use AI tools like ChatGPT and Abacus and you can literally send them the link. You could just drop the link for a grant application into AI. We've done it, and we're going to walk you through how to do it. And it will tell you, hey, do you really qualify for it? And if so, this is how you frame your letter of intent to improve your chances of getting qualified for the grant,
Okay.
right? And then you don't have to worry about the time. So let's go and start a new chat and say,
We got Agent on anymore.
let me make sure. I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm going to actually change it to instant, or no, thinking mini, thinks quickly. Find us 2 STEM grants for Indiana businesses that next generation, and I can say this because we seeded, right? Our ChatGPT account with information about our business would qualify for.
And it remembers everything we've already put into it. So we don't even have to put that much into it because it's basically telling us we already know about next generation. We got this.
Cool.
So I'm asking it to go out and find us, right, 2 STEM grants, because now what we're going to do is we're just going to take one of those applications and say, hey, can you tell us how we should frame our letter of intent to apply? Because we want to save time. So you can see it's looking for eligible grants. Version 5 does a lot more research than the previous versions. So it takes a little bit of time.
Mhm.
But again, much quicker and not your time.
Right.
Yeah. I like to go to the bathroom or go get some coffee or get a snack while it's thinking, then come back. Like, oh, it's done. Yeah. So this would be my time that I would be doing something else. Or what is interesting is, right, we're on sitting here watching it, but you could skip to another tab and get some more work done, and it's still going to keep going.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you don't have to sit there and babysit it or watch it.
It'll
You
continue.
can literally open up 4 more tabs with ChatGPT in it and be doing other things or catching up on emails or
Open another tab. Don't do it, but just kind of point it to me.
I'm sorry.
I said, you don't have to do it, just kind of show me, point it.
Oh, so you see that's on the screen. If you go to the top, right, and literally just go to another tab like this, so you should see my box, that tab kind of the box opening up. You could click on it and it would still be running, and then click back.
Okay, just like a regular tab.
Yeah.
A regular tab. So you see that it gave us 1, now 2, and I only asked for 2. So now it's giving us a comparison and recommendation, right? And then again, it's doing the follow-up questions. What do you want me to do next? Do you want us to draft a one-page summary or a concept brief? So I'm gonna say, let's go with the NSF, which is National Science Foundation, I believe, SBIR, opportunity. And I'm gonna say we don't have a tech product yet, but we do have an idea for a career quiz app for middle schoolers. So I'm gonna ask, would it qualify, right?
Okay.
Would that qualify
This grant.
for the first grant? And then I'm gonna say, if so, can you write up a summary and next steps along with how we should frame our application or letter of intent? So again, it's gonna think a little bit, but that prevents us from having to read, if we didn't want to, all of the information around the grant because we're having it do it. So do you all see where it says searching?
Yeah.
Right.
Summarizing.
Now it's citing the criteria. So it's gonna tell us whether our idea would even work and
And that is
what it should look like.
that is so key because again, we don't want to continue to just do grants to be doing grants and then you're getting feedback. Well, you don't even qualify for this, so that's huge for us. That's huge.
Sort of like buying a bus when all you're trying to do is cut your grass.
Yeah.
No, you need to be asking for this lawnmower grant over here.
Right. So let me redirect you to the grant that you need instead of the one that you're looking at.
That's
Yeah.
right. Right.
Which it just saves so much time, and it saves some brain power too, right?
Oh,
Because
absolutely.
you might be working on this late at night or
Uh,
on Saturday morning. You're like, oh, I've only had one cup of coffee. I don't even understand what you're talking about right now.
Mhm.
And do you all see
Good answer.
this? The short answer is yes. We didn't have to look at the application to see. It says our career quiz app for middle schoolers can qualify, right?
Uh-huh.
Another,
If
go ahead, I'm sorry.
if we frame it as a technology that requires risk reducing R&D, right? Adaptive assessment, educator dashboard. So it's telling us what we need to include. And now it's giving us a project summary and the elevator pitch when we actually reach out to them. A ready to paste project pitch that we can submit directly to them. So do you all see this?
Yeah.
Mia Match comes directly from our book, Mia's Solar Eclipse Adventure.
I mean, do you see how that, the correlation, how it
Yeah.
remembered Mia? That's that's why we love it.
Mhm. And now it's giving us the pitch that we could copy and paste. Now, let's just say, okay, yes, it sounds decent, right? But maybe we want to add our story. So as we scroll down, right? It's giving us how to frame it, but we can say this is good, but you really didn't tell our story and past experiences.
Hmm.
The other thing that I'm really big on is write like I write. Don't write as a robot would write.
Very important.
So write in Rob and I's blended tone and include our mirrors before microscopes,
Okay.
framework, and philosophy. So please rewrite. So now it's going to take what it wrote at first and incorporate what I want and rewrite it. And you see it's delivering the rewritten pitch and outreach.
Mhm.
And do you see it says, nice, I love this. I rewrote the entire pitch and blended our voices.
Little sassy.
I wonder
About you.
who's that, who is that for?
What about you?
I don't know.
So
And
cool.
now do you see the elevator pitch here?
Uh-huh.
That looks a lot better to me.
Mm-hmm. A lot better.
It looks like a person actually wrote it.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like you. You know,
Right.
it helps me identify your persona.
That's right. That's right.
Exactly.
Reading your book, or it's like a business. Eventually, a business will take on the personality of whoever leads the business.
That's right. That's right.
And you can tell if you know the business, if that came from somebody that's just giving you an answer or somebody that knows the business.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right. And you see, when I asked it to do that, it turns around and it's putting in information that it already knows. So it knows that we've won these grants. So it says, oh, you've won a grant from Mind Trust. It included, we published this book.
Right.
We delivered STEM programming and didn't have to touch it. So we can, I always say you want to edit, right? Because you see it says, I lead curriculum outreach, Rob leads program delivery and educator partnerships. That's a pretty doggone
That's
accurate
pretty accurate.
at how the division of labor really is, right? For the Indiana-based operation. So we could copy and paste it. We probably would tweak a couple words here and there.
But you always want to, like, as I said before, you always want to edit it. But what this affords you, like I said, it affords you a whole lot of time saving, and you can get a lot of things done by using it, and it's huge.
And so we'll show you all one that we actually created
Mhm.
using ChatGPT and won.
And we're showing you the short one because for the sake of time, because if we showed you that long one, you guys would probably be like, "Yeah, I'm about to go," because the other one is so long.
So you can see this is the letter of intent, right? And look at the date. It's August 14th. So this is a grant that we won here. It's called the Skippy Grant with the Mind Trust. And so we were basically referencing the fact that we won a grant last year for the same program. But what we like to do, because we feel like storytelling is important, right? So take out the grant speak and say, this is what your money did last year. So as you
Right.
can see, and ChatGPT by and large gave us the outline for this, and we changed we just did light editing. And when I say light, it was really light because we literally turned this around. We got the email for the application on a Tuesday. We turned it around and resent this on Wednesday morning.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, if you take a look in that first paragraph where it says last year, the Mind Trust, and you go down a couple sentences, our quiet Latina student, Miss Lopez, started the semester, and you can read the rest.
Right.
That was actually one of our students, and we fed it into ChatGPT or Abacus, and it incorporated stories in the grant, and that's another key thing that that grants love to see is people putting personal stories in there as well, and that goes along with what I said. That goes along with the outcomes. They want to see what was the outcome of your program. That's why for me, that's the most important. Those three things are the most important: the data, the benefits, and the outcomes. You have to have those, and by it putting that in there, they love to hear stories like that.
Well, it affirms they made the right decision in giving a
Right,
grant.
right,
And when they
exactly,
see
exactly.
that you're a person that not only did they give a grant to, that you're a courteous, had the courtesy to follow up and affirm their decision. There are times, and I've been involved with people that awarded grants on committees. They'll see a person's name and they'll reference the last situation, and they will, whether they do it intentionally, their sub-intentional says, I'm giving this person the grant because I know they're going to use it effectively to accomplish what we want with our grant money. And it shortens their time in processing a grant out without having a repercussion about, oh, we gave it to someone and they didn't use the grant effectively.
Right, exactly. And so, thank God we got the $30,000 we asked for, right? Just not even a month ago, based upon this, and this is all we submitted. We didn't submit the application.
Right.
This is all we submitted.
This is basically, all we submitted. And, because, of the data and the benefits and the outcomes of the one that we won last year from them, they were basically like, we know your guys' persona. We know who you are. We know who Next Gen is. Yeah, we're gonna give this to you too. That's important.
It is important.
Reputation is
Yes, indeed. Yes,
And
indeed.
so one of the things that you can do is this is what I'm about to show y'all, right?
Oh, this is gonna be great. Right. Watch this.
Because I'm gonna copy because it works, right? So let's not reinvent the wheel. So now we're back in ChatGPT, and I'm going to say include this information from a successful grant LOI that got us $30K, and rewrite one last time. So I'm just gonna paste that in here and let it do its magic.
And it may take a little bit because, little bit of information, but
And then we're gonna seed it, right? Because we wanna show you how you can use your grant application to write the impact reports.
impact report. That is the word I'm looking for.
and that's another huge component.
Right.
And so you can see I love how it talks, right? Because it says it
Yeah.
loves this. It changed the elevator pitch. And I love that line, educators who turn story time into career pipelines, right?
That's exactly what we do.
Listen, we need to call it Mia Mac. That's not bad.
Yeah.
But it rewrote it again based upon what we included. So basically, it impacted the company and team section, I think, the most in the elevator pitch, but it now reads like a person wrote it. So we would say,
And you see that those percentages, that's the data part that I love. When you include that, it's a game changer.
Mhm.
so here's the letter of intent. Here's the partner outreach email that we can send. And you see it says plug and send. Got a subject line and everything. The memorandum of understanding.
And this will do that for the art space that you guys are into just as easy.
Mhm.
You can even say, I only have 500 characters. I'm gonna need you to be a little bit more
Oh
concise.
yeah, because on some of the grants, ask us how we know, we'd write we'd write this long answer to each question. And Betsy and Jim, we've come to the end of doing the grant, and then we go back up. Oh, each question, oh, that's too many characters. What? And now we got to go back and shorten it. And we're like, oh my goodness. When if we would have, had this at the time,
Right.
putting it in ChatGPT and saying, hey, I need you to write this in less than 500 characters. That would have saved us what? A whole bunch of time and a whole bunch of headache.
Okay.
And
All day.
and looking at each other like, yeah, I'm ready to not. No, I don't want to do this.
So real quick, because I think we're running short on time. I want to
I
open
know.
it up for you all's questions.
Yeah.
Is that let's say you won the grant and you need to do an impact report, right? Now give us a sample impact report for the NSF grants if we won it. Include data and not date. So we would keep this outline that it's going to give us, right, from the very beginning, and we would just save it in a Microsoft Word doc or a Google Doc so that when it comes time to actually deliver the impact report, which typically is at that 6-month mark or the 12-month mark, we already have it ready to go. We can just integrate or plug in the actual numbers.
Mhm.
And you see it says evaluating the NSF report in the impact report sections. So it's doing all of the hard work or the heavy lifting for you already. All you have to do, like I said, is plug it in and you see it's the sample phase 1 impact report. It gives you the executive summary with all the data points. It shows the methods and evaluation design.
I mean, look at that. That's
Gives you the results. So all you really have to do is go in and review and say, okay, where are we really with all of this? And you should be hopefully keeping track of it as you move from week to week to make it easier.
Mhm.
And then you plug it in and it's done in 30 minutes instead of 3 hours or 3 days, which has taken us. It even has the appendix or appendices and the final note.
I love how it wrote that.
Yeah, because I
Clear,
wouldn't thought to do it.
practical skills. Yay.
Right. Yeah. And it makes you look like a rock star, right?
It does. It really
Excuse
does.
me, it shows that you are rock stars.
Yes. Yes.
Yes,
Feel
right.
that.
You just tweak that one.
Yes, indeed.
So that's how we're using it. I think it saves us a lot of time and it allows us to apply for grants like quick fast instead of having to spend hours or days. I think it will work the same way for, anybody who uses the process. But I did want to skip over really quickly and just stop sharing and show you all the workbook because I know, and then we'll open it up for questions. The workbook, like I said, it's 20 pages long.
Yes, it is.
Don't let that scare y'all. Um, but
I'm not afraid of no ghost.
All right, all right.
it just gives you a point of reference for the workshop, right? But at the end, which I think is really helpful, is that it gives you what you might need to discover grants, right? And what that work spreadsheet should look like, what a RFP summary sheet should look like. But here, all the way at the end, is the prompt bank. So you can go in here and literally just put in your industry, your niche, which would be art, right? Art galleries, for-profit art organizations, and copy and paste. So this is how to find grants. This is understanding what the RFP or eligibility status would be, writing the application, building budgets and budget narratives, evaluation and outcomes, grant reports and updates, and then the strategy and planning for how to do grants on a regular basis, and how to even customize it. So for all of our work for the last year and a half on using AI for grants, we put this in here because these are the prompts that we actually use to have won 3 grants, hopefully prayerfully counting.
Yes.
And so we're sharing that with y'all so y'all don't have to start from scratch like we did.
Yes, no, we don't want you to start from scratch.
Thank you.
We can work on a different itch.
Yeah. Hey, because we all got a lot of those. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So what questions do y'all have? I know we threw a lot of information at you,
But that's why you get the recording too.
but that's why you get the recording too.
Because it's a lot of information, I don't know that I have a lot of individual questions right now. Do you, Jim?
No, we asked the questions as we went along relative to what we're learning today. We need time to digest that. We
Yes.
actually not look for someone else to save us from ourselves. And there's no magic here. What it's done, it's organized the work so you work efficiently relative to what your cerebral process is.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really what it does. And I'm already, because of my ADD, I've got like 3 or 4 projects I know in general what to put in the funnel. Now, instead of just grabbing cotton candy and everything, it's like when you go to the fair. I'm going to go because I want to ride this ride and I want to ride that ride, instead of just going in like a kid with $1 in a penny candy store and you come out with nothing.
Yes, yes.
Now I know that this candy I can't have it anyway, and this I can. And so I might go in and get everything I need for 35 cents and be in and out of the store all day long and still not have anything.
Right, exactly. And I think you bring up a really valid point because, Jim, and I was never diagnosed with ADD, but I think I have it, right, for sure. You can ask Rob. I have an idea a day.
Yeah.
Maybe an idea a week.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the idea a day.
So AI allows us to be working on multiple projects, right? And get them out the door
Right.
so much faster than having, because he used to tell me, I'm gonna need you to put that on the parquet in the parking lot, in the virtual parking lot. And we're
Yeah.
gonna get back to that in like 3 to 6 months. So now we can finish projects real quick. And I'm like, oh, it's time. Cause now I want to do a horror YouTube channel.
Who knew that that many people love horror on YouTube, just listening to stories, and
Amazing.
people are making tens of thousands of dollars a month just making those videos, and people are pushing play. I'm like, my goodness.
That's crazy.
The thing that I learned by traveling internationally, helping Betsy with CTEC and a couple other companies go international, is what people don't understand how many people there are in the world that will buy a dead horse for $1 million.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
It is. It's like art. You know what sells art? Eyes on art. Now I'm talking about original art.
Yes, sir.
Nike shoe that you go get a discount. But like say Toya could draw a circle and put a red dot on it and put her name on it. Now that's the only Toya red dot circle in the entire world. And it might be worth $10,000 to someone like Howard Hughes,
Yeah.
billions, that says, a red dot circle will look good over my couch. And when they buy it. So what happens is when you come up with an anything that is a benefit to people, and it could be physically, spiritually, financially, any way, there is a bicycle seat for every rear end. And some people buy the bicycle and change the seat just to get the bicycle you've got. And if you could sell everybody in the world, seriously, something for 1 cent, you could have more money than Elon Musk.
Isn't that crazy though?
Well, yeah. So what happens, what the internet has done is now I can have a radio station and a television station without buying power over the band and limited. And I can pour, like if you have a jar here with marbles in it, I can pour water in it, and the water just goes around every little marble in there and creates millions of opportunities wherein you don't even see it because it's just a film around each model.
Exactly.
So you're talking about this horror thing. Some things are more popular than others, but even in that, say you were a Stephen King writer. Some people hate Stephen King and they love horror because there's that many people out there that you don't realize that love what you're going to do for them, and they're not willing to do it for themselves. Again, a lot of people, they say they want an opportunity, yet, and you give them opportunity over opportunity over opportunity, and they're not willing to do the work.
Exactly.
They want to punch the button like AI and have it build the car, crank the car, put the gas in the car, drive the car, do everything, and all they're supposed to do is sit in the car and enjoy it, but they're not willing to even push the button.
That's right.
And that's where I see we're failing in America as a society. Look, you guys came from nothing, right? You were born like everybody came from nothing. And you were born in the love of God, and the world taught you to hate. But you decided to love instead of hate. And that's how you got where you got today. I didn't do it for you. The Black Caucus didn't do it for you. Premise didn't do it to you. Everybody's doing whatever. But you, in the midst of all of everything, said, I mean, I know Toya didn't come from, her daddy wasn't Howard Hughes. You wasn't Martin Luther King, famous anybody, but look at what you guys are doing. And not only you're creating, you're sharing faster than you're learning almost. And why? Now, the why is to help people, and the reward is how God blesses you.
Right.
And you're going to have every single thing in the world that God's got for you relative to your need. And so that's what I've learned being an old man now. I don't want any more of anything. I just want enough, and anything extra is given to me on loan to help someone attain what they're willing to work for. But I'm not about welfare as a career choice.
That's right.
No, I want everybody that needs a home have a home. I don't care if you're a drug addict or a prostitute or anything that's not immoral or criminal. If somebody said, "Can you change the world?" That's what I would change. If a homeless person needs a bench to sleep on, let's make them a bench. But maybe we ought to just make him a kit, let him make the bench so he could have some self-pride and jump up and jump out. Not everybody's going to be an Elon Musk.
Right.
Everybody don't need to be an Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Exactly. But everybody, along those lines, everybody needs to have the opportunity to discover whatever their purpose is.
That's it. They need the opportunity. And that's what I think the Artworks does. Actually, it provides anybody that's willing to help pull the rope, get everything that's in the cart that we're pulling
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
in an equitable way.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Right. I mean, I love it, Jim. I wholeheartedly agree. Let me show y'all one more thing because I would love to see you all as we talk about kids and education. And when I tell you, like, it's exciting, but it's also depressing because some of these kids have never had an art class, right? Ever. Like
Right.
they're fifth grade, sixth grade, they're creative. They've never had an art class. I'm like, well, like what school doesn't offer an art class? Like, I don't even understand that. But as well, we're thinking about teaching AI classes to kids, even though the school says, oh no, you shouldn't use it.
It's
But
horrible.
I want to show you all one thing that I created like in a matter of minutes, right? And y'all know I'm not creative. Rob's not creative. I would say you're not creative like that, right?
Not in.
But one of the things that we love to do with the books is now bring the characters to life.
Okay.
And so
I understand it.
the character here is Ella. That's the book that hasn't come to print yet. But
Right.
Ella enters an electric vehicle community contest, right? So they have to build an electric vehicle. She's the only girl that participates in the contest. She's Afro-Latino. So her mama is Latino. That's her maternal grandfather in the back who thinks that girls can't do it. And her mom is an engineer and her dad serves in the military and he's away from home. So that's the story. But we brought her to life, right? I don't think we can.
In the electric vehicle.
You already got it.
Can you hear it? Did you hear it?
Here, but it's garbled. I mean, her.
Right. Well, you
It
might
isn't
not
here.
but you might not be able to hear it. But if you were able to hear it, it's just, it's Ella actually coming to life and talking and telling, what basically the book is about,
Yeah, you can tell she's telling the story.
Right. She's telling the story. And it's unbelievable that we can even do that now. You know what I mean?
So
back to what Toya, what you were saying before Jim and started about the ADD and finished. To me, what AI allows you to do is finish something.
Yep.
Exactly.
You
Exactly.
can do all these projects and all these ideas. If
Yes.
you work on them, get on the idea.
You got to do the work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you got to do the work. Exactly.
I'll send you all the recording. We'll make sure that you all get that. We'll also send you the link because I'm so proud of the video, y'all. I'm like super excited that we can animate the characters.
We'll send that to you.
As well. And then you have access to the workbook. So anytime you want to reference that, or if you have a question, you know, you
Please.
can always just email us and let us know. But we're super excited about this because we're gonna be doing now every other week these webinars.
Yep.
So the next one is how to create an AI agent to do the work for you. Click, click, like just watch it click, click. I'm sorry.
Keep me on the email list.
Okay,
Yes.
yep, we will do that. But if y'all don't have any questions, I think we're good. We're
So I
good.
have one question. You said, and you've told me this before about using ChatGPT to do a travel schedule, or you just
Oh, yeah.
flights for the cruise. So when are you going on a cruise?
October 26th.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Where are you going?
Neither.
So we have never cruised Carnival, right? Have y'all been on a Carnival cruise?
100 years ago, I have, not him, but
Okay. So we're going to Turks and Caicos, Amber Cove, Dominican Republic, and Nassau, Bahamas. It's seven days.
Mhm.
And so we are leaving out of Miami. And so it's Sunday to Sunday, October 26th to November 2nd. We've never been on Carnival. We went on Royal Caribbean Ovation of the Seas, and that was nice, but they didn't have as much to do. I mean, he didn't care. Rob didn't care because he was in bed by 11.
I love the relaxation time.
so is it just you two or the fam going this time or what?
No, so Chandra and Jock are going with us, and then my parents were at first they were going, then they weren't going. Now they're going again. So when Mama found out that she did not have the insurance, she didn't put the insurance on the trip like she normally does, and she was gonna lose 2/3 of her money.
She was like, I'm going.
She said, I need a motorized scooter and we're gonna make it do what it do. She said, I'm going. She told my dad, she said, I'm going even if you don't go. You can stay home.
Right.
I said, that's nice. So he didn't want to go. He feels like she's not strong enough to go. She said, oh, no. I will be by the time it's, we're going to leave. So we're going to drive up, pick them up, bring them back down here to fly out.
Okay.
And then I guess you got nonstop to Miami from
Oh,
Indiana.
yes. We did at 6 a.m. Listen,
Oh, my goodness.
Betsy, so I forgot when we booked the cruise that our pastor and first lady's retirement gala celebration is the Saturday night before the cruise departs.
Oh,
So
be busy.
Saturday night we're going to the gala, and then Sunday morning we leave.
You're flying the day of the cruise?
Yes, that's bad, isn't it?
That's
That's bad.
I know.
I know, but we can't.
Too late. It's
I
too late.
mean,
You got to do it.
It's an opportunity, but it's, your odds are against you.
At least
I
it's
mean,
in
but we
Miami,
couldn't.
and Miami's not, the airport and the port aren't that far apart.
Right. I mean, we couldn't miss he's been the pastor there for 35 years. We couldn't miss. I mean, we love our pastor, and we could not miss that. So that's why we were like,
I'll be
okay.
praying for all of you because it is stressful to go the day of.
It is.
When we went to Hawaii,
We didn't do that.
we flew in
The
the morning before, right? So we had the whole day to explore Vancouver. We spent the night. We woke up refreshed. We were good to go to the port. So this time, I'm sure we're gonna be like, oh my God. So the flight leaves at 6.
Non-stop. You don't have to worry about a connection or anything.
Right.
Exactly.
At least we don't have to do that.
Yeah, the flight leaves at 6. We get there at I think 7:30 or 8.
We'll have plenty of time. Hopefully.
So
And
perfectly.
it doesn't sail till what, 4?
It doesn't sail to 4.
It doesn't sail till 4. So
It's
Don't short that either. Get there as soon as you can.
yes.
Believe it, receive it.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Guys.
Because we need this cruise.
Yeah.
Like the Lord knows.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
Don't think he's not.
So you didn't hear what Jim just said in my ear when you were saying it. He said, let's go with him.
It's the carnival celebration.
Oh, they still have.
They still have, listen, they still have cabins available.
Yes, they do.
Hey, I'm a clown and you need me at the circus.
Yeah.
Come
He said, he need.
We're actually in about an hour meeting with our DJ who has DJ'd for us 2 different Christmas parties, but he just took a position with Carnival from November the 10th through February or something.
Yeah.
On, I don't know what ship it is, but he gets all the discounts now.
Oh, wow.
That's awesome.
I bet that's
So his son's gonna do the DJing for us in December, but
wow.
Oh, you have to tell us what ship he's gonna be on.
Right.
well,
If we
he
find
doesn't
out.
go till after you because I don't think
Oh, okay.
He
Okay.
goes right after you.
Have y'all ever been on MSC, the cruise line MSC?
But here's what I have done ever since the pandemic, because we had a cruise planned, and I started watching these 2